Hang on, folks. I'm sorry to interrupt the easy listening hour, but we've just got the word from our decision desk. Joe Biden is now projected the winner of the U.S. presidential election. He is set to become the 46th president of the United States after a key win in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, this is very exciting for a lot of our listeners. Great news for the United States, and most importantly, a great day for evil. Our regular subscribers will remember from the Agenda 21 packets we mailed earlier this year that this was a key action item in the larger, overarching evil plan in between the coronavirus and next year's spinal confiscation program. But it was a dramatic electoral race nevertheless after we discovered that the nationwide population of mind controlling amoeba was nearly 15% lower than anticipated. Since we implant the amoeba colonies into people's brains while they're asleep at the dentist, and since fewer people went to the dentist this year during shelter in place orders, it really threw off our models, and that does account for the roughly 3 to 5% polling error we see in the outcomes. We go now live to the sixth circle of hell, where heretics are burned and castigated forever, to get some public reaction. Indeed, a joyous day for many. Biden made brief public remarks this morning saying that he is honored and humbled by the results and encouraging Americans to put aside the harsh rhetoric of the campaign season. In a private statement to the Council of 13 and the Order of the Nephilim entombed in their icy Antarctic slumber, he said, "Blood for the blood gods, death to the pious. I take my rightful place on a throne of skulls draped in the entrails of slaughtered lambs, as was foretold by the secret Georgia Guidestones." Vice President-elect Kamala Harris was not immediately available for comment, as she has entered into a chrysalis phase and is busy assuming her final form as a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Her campaign chair, Maya Harris, described her as pleased. At nearly 9,000 years of age, Biden will be the oldest person ever elected to the presidency, and only the third Catholic president, after President John F. Kennedy and the necromantically revived spirit of John F. Kennedy possessing the body of Jimmy Carter. He came from humble roots, born in the cold heart of a dying star in the Draco constellation. He assumed his current form after being summoned to this world by the arcane sisterhood of Paimon, who also managed social media outreach for his campaign earlier this year. Now, I know a lot of people are wondering, well, what's next? And the answer is, don't get carried away. Don't just start bloodily, ritually sacrificing your Trump-supporting neighbors. Wait until after the Electoral College meets in December. We have to respect the process. And do remember that this is a time for unity. We need to come together across electoral boundaries. It's been a difficult campaign season, but we do have to keep the greater evil in mind. For example, in January, when it comes time for your neighbors to leave their guns in one pile on the street for smelting and their children in another pile for re-education, they might get the piles confused. And let me tell you, that's going to be a hell of a mess in many cases. You're going to have to help them sort that out. That's part of your civic duty. That is part of what makes us all Americans together. But you can eat the younger children now, of course. This is a celebration after all. And now for more, we go to our scheduled roundtable discussion between George Soros, Jeffrey Epstein, and the severed head of Grigory Rasputin.